Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here today. It is always a great pleasure to speak to an audience of fellow educators, particularly those who are involved in the process of school education. In the course of the 12 or 13 years that you have, the young minds of this country and some other countries as well, in your charge, you lay the foundation. You create the basic building blocks of what these students are going to achieve later in their lives. And while we in higher education try and take what you have produced and develop them and prepare them for future careers and for future occupations, a lot of what we can do and achieve is limited and confined and constrained and made possible by the work that you do with your students during the time that you have them. Schools lay the foundation for the future of students. And while many kinds of buildings can be built on a given foundation, the fact is that the foundation also limits the scope of what can be created in the future. You cannot build a skyscraper on a foundation that has been designed for a single-story building. And so therefore, educators in higher education like myself are particularly interested in school education and also are particularly anxious about school education. And so we have a vested interest in trying and engaging with schools, with school educators, to ensure, to help, to work together to try and find and build that foundation on which we can then build the appropriate buildings for these students. So again, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here and to be able to speak to all of you. Dr. Ravindran quoted Aristotle, integrity is a habit of the mind. I'm here to talk about academic excellence and also quote in that same passage that Dr. Ravindran quoted from, to also go on and add to that what Aristotle says about excellence, which is excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is an act, a practice, a habit. That is the key issue. And so two things jump out from that quote. Firstly, that excellence is training. So we can train students to be excellent. It is, as Dr. Ravindran identified, there are gifted children who can certainly require little training or encouragement, but the vast majority of students are not gifted. But they can be trained for excellence, and I think that is our opportunity. And secondly, that academic excellence is a habit of the mind. It is not simply an outcome. And too often in India, we equate academic excellence with outcomes. Right? Class rankings. Am I coming first? Is the student coming first in the class? The 10th standard board exam results, the 12th standard board exam results, the IIT entrance exam results, the UPSC exam results. And we equate performance in those exams with excellence. And I would like to suggest to you that those outcomes are in fact transitory and do not prepare students for a lifelong standard of excellence maintained in every aspect of their life. And to do that, we need to talk about the habits of excellence. And I'll come to those in a little while.